We're recording. Anyways, we did this problem. We did this one, but now we're going to do this one. Remember how I was saying last time that we wanted to separate them in the tens position and then the ones position, right? And so we got a 7 and an 8, and over here we got a 5 and a whatever else, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Well, that works. I want to do the same thing here, but it's not just going to be tens anymore because we got hundreds there also, right? So I don't know what you would want to call it. I'm going to call it like the ones. I could definitely say the ones, and then like everything else. But I think tens is still fine. It's just weird, so I'm going to still say tens. But let's look at our data. Y'all are going to help me a little bit. What is the lowest tens that I have? 10 tens, right? Like to make a 100, basically, right? So we're in the 100 spot. So I got 10 tens. So 10 tens, 11 tens, 12 tens. Where do we stop? 13 tens, 14 tens. There's a 15 tens. Is there anything else? Is there a 16 tens? Like a 160 something? Do you see it? 160 something? I don't see it. So we're done there? Okay, cool. And so now we just need to start listing out the ones position. So I'm going to go through and look for some, I guess, 100. So I got 105. There's a 5 there. 108. Sweet. 109. Okay. 109 again. And 109 again. Cool. And so far, at least, it's in order. So that's kind of nice. I don't know if it'll keep that way, but, is what we're doing okay? Y'all feeling it? Okay, cool. You tell me if you got something, okay? I know there's not a lot of discussion here. So we got 116. So we got a 6, 4, 12, another 12. So then 2 and 2. Got an 8, another 8. I got right here a 9, a 7, and a 3. Oh my gosh, it's so many. There's another 8, another 9. Whoo! We'll fix it here in a minute. That's pretty wild. Okay. 2s. Help me if I mess something up, okay? Oh, you know what? I just did mess something up because I want to slash it in a different way. You're back. Yay. I got a 9, a 6. Is this like really slow for you, or is this like happy times for you? Is this something you like? Could you do this for a job? No, yes. No, no, no. No, I don't want to do this for a job. Oh, so many other people think the same way. And because of that, the people who do this for a job, they make a lot of money. That's not me though. I can't do it either. I'd only see the 130. Are there any other 30s? I don't think so, right? 40. We got this guy here, so I'm gonna start circling him. And we got a 5. Got another 4. Got a 2. And then finally got those guys over there, 5 and a 9. I think that's it. Okay, I want to make it look better because it's like way off ones. So at least the first one was fine. But, while we're cleaning it up, I'm here for questions. We can even talk about weird things. Whatever you want. Okay, if you say so. 4. I got a 3, got the 4. I guess I need that 6. 2, 2, 3, 4, 6, and then I got a lot of 8s and stuff. 6, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9. Okay, I think that's good. There's 2 9s? Okay, hold. Yep, you're right. There's 2 9s. Man, that's why I should probably slash through them again over there, like I was doing last time. Okay, cool. Again, we got a 0 there. 0, 2, 4, 5, and finally the 5, 9. Oof. Okay, we did it. We did it. We did it. Woo! Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's my answer. Any questions? Then I'm going to move on. Let's move on to the next topic. All right. So this one's kind of already done for us. We just need to pick which one that we need, right? This is going to be actually a good thing because we can spot the differences and use that to help us with the answer. Like right now, look at between this one and this one, A and B. What's the first difference that you see? What's the difference? Yeah, it's missing the 6 at the top, right? Okay, so let's look for that first. If I find only a 90, then I'm done and I just pick B, right? But if I find 96s, then I have to pick one of the other guys. So, oh, there it is, 96, 96, and there's that 90 right there. So it can't be this one. Okay, so what's the difference between A and C? Yeah, yeah. So there's a couple things. Here's one for me. The 15. You see how it's a 156 down here? This does not have one. So like there's a lot of differences, honestly, but I'm looking for like a specific special one. And so this one here has a 150. This one has a 150 and a 156. So if I find 156, then it's all over. Oh, here we go. There's 150. Yeah, because there's no 156. Good? Okay, cool. So what can you conclude about this data? Well, I don't know. They're talking about eruptions, I think. Yeah, this is the heights of eruptions. So which one would you say? What's the best sounding one? Pick something. D? You like D? I got one vote for D. You like B? You like D? You like D? Okay, D. I got 2 votes for D. 2 votes. Okay, I'm going to read it. It appears that most eruptions have a height around 120. Looking right here, have a height of around 120. I mean, it's on there, but it's not like the most. You know what I mean? So I don't know about that one. Let's keep going. And it's not the worst. It appears that most eruptions have a height less than 135. So 135 would be this, and they're saying less than that. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, I guess. Maybe. Are we looking for like the best thing here? It appears that most eruptions have a height around 12. False. Everything's up here in the hundreds. So that's definitely not good. It appears that most eruptions have a height greater than this much. So greater than that, yes, I can see that. Definitely. And it appears most eruptions have a height between this. No, again, we're looking for the hundreds. All right, I brought my answer key. It's probably wrong, but you can look at it. What did Chad say a whole 2 years ago? Chad put B. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, both of them, all 3 of them sound really good. So what do we do on the homework? You click it, get it wrong, click it, get it right. It's the best option, honestly. So can y'all understand that it's like they have a height less than 135? That's going to be these guys and up. Does that make sense? But I also like what y'all say because it has a more than this 110, which is going to be 110 is not where I did this line. No, look, I messed up. 110, that's an 11 with a 0. Do you see that? So it's actually right here and then downward. Is that where most of the data is? No. So okay, not that one then. B then. Y'all are cool with B? B. Okay. All right. Good thing I'm recording this. Especially when I get it wrong. Okay. Dot plot, hard break, brand new thing, dot plot. So we did stem and leaf. Now we're going to do dots. And so dots are just representing one entry. You put a dot on the column, and it keeps growing. And so it kind of like becomes similar to like bar charts in a way, because you can kind of see them like little mini bar charts and stuff if you like. But oops. eraser. Okay, so looking at this data, they say, which of these is it? So I have 17s all the way to 23s. Does this look good to you? Nah. 1.7? No. I got 17s, 18s. 117, 118? No. Okay, so it's between these two guys. Notice that we have 2 17s, 3 18s. So 2 17s, 3 18s. Yeah, does that make sense? This one actually works out right here. What's the biggest value on my list over here? And the smallest? 17, yeah, right there. Smallest, biggest, 23. There it is. Ta-da! So why do they make dot plots if we could just use bar graphs and stuff, right? Do you want to know? I can't do this with the recording. It gets a little wild. It gets wild. So there's this type of printer way back in the day, like y'all are all looking at me now. There's this type of printer back in the day called the dot matrix printer. Y'all maybe heard of it? Maybe you've heard it. It goes king 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 king, and it just said, and it just, well, that was it. That was dots. They print dots. Dot matrix. That's why we couldn't record it. Okay. So yeah, they made it up back in the day because you print like that. So we got some numbers and we got some other stuff here. Which, from these numbers, which of these little dot plots do you think would make sense? I would say let's look at differences, yeah? So, okay, first off, what's the differences between A and C? The 60. Now it's an 80, right? That tall thing, they have at 60. This one has at 80. Oh, but these guys, the tall's at 75 and then at 65. So let's look for the tall one, right? The most. Which one has the most out of this data? Is the 80s? Let's count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was that it? 5. And yeah, 5 dots, 5 dots, 5 dots. So yeah, 80, 5 dots. There it is. Done. Cool. Multiple choice. Keep cruising. What does the dot plot suggest about high temperatures? Oh, I guess they're about temperatures. Which one makes sense then? I'll wait. I'm dancing. Sorry. I shouldn't dance. I'll dance over here in the corner. Okay, here we go. Which one? C. The actual high temperatures from 55 to 85, with most readings being 65 to 80. 65 would be from here. 80 is that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's pretty good. I like that one. Let's go through some other ones. So they're all the same here. I think it's just this second half they're talking about, right? So, okay. Most readings are greater than 85. False. Okay. Most readings are in the 60 to 75 range. False, because again, we have the 80 is what we're looking for. So that's false. Most readings are in the 65 to 80 degree range. Yeah, that's what we just said. Yeah, so that's a good one. Yeah. And then less than 55. False. So yeah, that's definitely the best one for sure. Cool. Yay. I know, right? It's so exciting here in math class. This is actually a smaller chapter section thingy. We're going to get to real MATH here later. So pie charts, hard break, brand new pie charts. So what they want to do here is put the pie chart over here. We're going to like draw a pie chart for this. But before I do that, they want the relative frequency, which is something we've already done. First off, I need to find what's the total amount, like the total here, and then I can start dividing by it. Can y'all add that up without a calculator? Because I can't. There's Mouse. Okay, scientific calculator. Do y'all have an answer? You weren't trying. You were just staring at me. What is it? 500 straight up? Oh, yeah. Confirmation. Thank you. That was great. Okay, cool. 500. So then I take each one of these and divide it by 500 to find the relative frequency. And this is going to take a second or two because, you know, we need decimals. What did I do there? Bad Chad. Calculator. Like, so these decimals would take forever otherwise. 0.24. 0.51. Da 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 da. 0.2. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Oh, 500. 0.03. Any questions on what we're doing? Great. Any questions on why we're doing it? Oh, really? You like this thing? All right, cool. I'll tell you one thing why. So pie charts are very important. I use them all the time in all the kind of like displays that I have to do for stuff. You know what? I should probably show you some of the stats that I do for the department. I should show you. You want that? I could even go get it here. We'll take a small break here soon, and I'll go grab it and I'll show you all some of this cool stuff like today. But anyways, pie charts are very vital to kind of show different, you know, pieces and components, and it's super easy to see, right? So that's like for us humans. So we got all these right here. These are basically percentages: 24%, 51%, da 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 da. So let's draw the pie chart. I'm going to show you how I do it, at least. You start here on one side. You just got to draw a line somewhere, and I usually just go straight across. So this is where I'm going to start at like 0, and I'm going to start going around the circle. So the first one is this associates, and that's at 120 or 24%. So 24% is probably about like right here. You know, like 25% is a quarter of it. So it's like close to that. And so I'm going to put associates, and I'm also going to put 24% in it like that. Just like Excel would give you. Oh, yeah. The next one's 51%. So 51%, that's like almost half of it, right? So almost half of this whole thing. And so that's going to be, I'm going to put batch, 51%. Then we got masters, that's 20%. So that's going to be about right. It's probably not that. Let me even get a little bit better. It's probably closer to like this. I'm going to put mast, 20%. And then we got only 3 and 2% for these guys. So as long as they're like really tiny, use an arrow. We got first. I'll put first. And then here we got doc. There we go. Yay! Pie charts! Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Excel does it in a second. So sometimes I wonder why we're doing it by hand, but I think that it's okay that we're learning the concepts, right? And it gives us time for our brain to compute that stuff. It's fun. Are y'all okay with the pie chart? Sweet. Okay, well, there's the pie chart for you. Now, any questions, though? We're good? Okay. It's pretty straightforward. Example. So they have another pie chart here. And we got brown, yellow, red, orange, green, blue. Which one would make sense with this? You tell me. You like C? Anybody else? I got one C. You like C too? I'll take another C. 3 C's. 4 C's. I like head nods. Okay, let's do it. So I got a lot of brown, right? Brown, then yellow. And so right here you can see brown and then yellow. Red comes next. These numbers line up with those numbers. The amounts seem about right. There you go. I like it. This one, they're all just kind of like straight up the same, and that doesn't make sense. And here, brown's big, but then blue? No, it was supposed to be yellow. Good? Okay. Pareto chart. So I think they're kind of going off the same here, but I want to make a point here. Pareto chart's actually important, like for definition wise. I'm just going to say here that it's always going down. It's always decreasing. So the bars on a Pareto chart always start up high and then they go down low like that. That's a Pareto chart. Someone got a PhD for that. Yeah, Think about it. They're sitting there like doing their thumbs. They're kind of leaning back in their chair. They're thinking, what if I made all the bars go down every time? And they're like, boom, that's such a great idea. There's your degree. And his name was Pareto. So, Wikipedia, Pareto. Anyways, it is a little weird, but as long as they're always going down, that's it. So, out of these, which is Pareto? Go ahead and tell me. C. Yep. Wait, doesn't that go down too? Oh, but they're mixed up. That's right. See, it should be brown, yellow, red, not brown, red, yellow. Yes, very good. So, yeah, always going down. Cool. Now, there's a lot more behind that always going down thing, but that's going to be good enough for right now. Is that okay? Very good. So I think these are just kind of showing what's going on here, different kind of distribution stuff. Our class is going to be really focused on this one. This is called the bell curve. The bell curve. We're going to have like literally the entire class is about the bell curve, okay? Like you're going to be so sick of the bell curve by the end of class. That's okay. It's a bell curve. Uniform means all the same. Like, if you go to a job or a school and you have to put on a uniforms because they're always the same. Everyone looks the same kind of thing. That's just what they're doing there. And then skewed left and right are going to be pretty interesting. We got to talk about them, okay? But notice that on the bell curve, the mean and the median and the mode are all here. Have y'all heard of mean, median, mode? Oh, well then I guess I don't have to talk about it here later. Just as a quick synopsis, because I think it's in the next section. The mean is the average. The median is the middle. And the mode is the most. There you go. There's your one word definitions. Average, middle, most. Mean, median, mode. And they're all in the middle for this guy. Good? So keep cruising. Uniform, same thing, doesn't matter. Now, skewed left and right. This is going to be the big one. For skewed left, it's still kind of like a bell curve, but there's like this tail over here, and then it kind of just drops off, whoosh, okay? So notice this tail here. That tail, that's why it's skewed left, because the tail is on the left side, okay? How I remember this, and this is kind of weird, okay? Just, this is a Chad thing. Do you know what a skew is? It's like a little gerbil thing, and he goes running around and he's got a tail on him and stuff. Totally making this up. But if you know what a skew is, he's got his tail, so his tail is on the left or right side. So there you go. So now you know, skewed, tail on that side. Same thing with skewed right. See, he's got a tail. There's his tail right here, is on the right side. Looking for the tail. Okie dokie. Yay! Now, if you look kind of, a little bit closer, mean, median, mode are actually in different places. Yeah, it's actually kind of important. I'm going to talk about it for just a tiny bit here, okay? So the median is always in the middle, but the mean gets skewed towards the tail, and so it's only off by a little bit. Let me like blow this up a little bit. So if I had a tail, and I'm going to use a different color. Hold on. Da-da-da-da. Okay, so the median is going to be in the middle. Okay, and the mean is skewed towards the tail. The mean is always kind of pushed towards the tail a little bit. So let me use a different color, I guess. Okay, so here you would have the mean right there. Mean. If you could see what nope, I don't like it. I'm gonna erase it. Mean. Is that okay? Y'all kind of seeing what I'm saying there? They're off by a little bit there. Not super important right now. We're gonna see it later. Just I want to make a mention of that. Mention. Bimodal. What does bi mean in Latin? Two, like a bicycle. And so we got two different humps, two different modes, two different mostuses. And there you go. I don't know what else to say. You got two of them. Two. Bi means two. Man, we need more discussion in this class, don't we? Gosh. Are we good there with that? I'm gonna keep cruising. Okay, misleading graphs. Perfect. Now we got discussion. nodding in that thing. You're just listening and oh gosh. So, misleading graphs. Y'all are going to help me. A misleading graph is not drawn appropriately, and they're saying, look at this guy, it's not drawn right. But I'm going to ask you why. What is wrong with that graph? Fourth is at the end. They're all mixed up, right? Mixed up quarters. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write down mixed up quarters. Is there something else that I don't know doesn't look right? There you go. Mixed up quarters. Doesn't start at 0. Doesn't start at 0. Are there anything else that doesn't look good to you? They're saying that it's bad, so we need to know what those are. So we're mixed up on the bottom, and it doesn't start at 0. Is there something else? Say it again. From 90 to 30? Oh, yeah. So what should it be doing instead? Should it start at 0? Okay, so yeah, double down on the 0 one. Good. This is the discussion that we had. That was so short. I'm so sorry. I wanted more, but that's okay. It's what it is. I agree with both of you, or both of those statements. I agree with those. Now, let's go and see which ones they have. They say the area on the third quarter is artificially large. I have no clue what they're saying. There's a gap between the quarters. Again, that doesn't make any sense. It's just a bar graph. A large gap in the vertical axis, blah, 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 blah. What they mean by this is that it's that not at 0 thing. Okay, that's what they're saying there. So I kind of like that one. And then it says they're out of order, and I like that one as well. But we have to have only one answer. And I made mention of it earlier, didn't I? The Pareto, that's right. Oh, it's a Pareto chart because it's all going down. So it must be okay. This is the answer. It needs to start at 0. There needs to be a 0 right there. But for it to have mixed up quarters is somehow okay just because I put Pareto on it. Yeah, that's what you're learning here in college, right? Wow. Some dude like 100 years ago made my life upset. I really want a Wikipedia Pareto. I want to see who this guy is. Okay. So this is the true answer. It needs to start at 0. So then out of these, which one would I pick for the better one? C, because again, it's still Pareto, but now we're starting at 0. Yes. That Pareto guy. But looking back and forth here, let's have a small discussion. I don't know what y'all are going to do with your outside of college life, but let me tell you, I did not know what I was going to do, and now I'm doing this stuff. Not teaching, but I actually do this for the department sometimes. And we have to present I can't record this. So we sometimes have to present data to the administration, and we have to make it, so starting at 90, all going down, right? All that kind of stuff. Statistics is it's wavy, you can it's got to do what you got to do, But what would be the interest of someone to do this versus this? What are they gaining by doing this? Yes, it makes third quarter look the best. Okay. Is there something else that? Yeah. Yes, that too. Yep. It's like we're all going down. Ah! And then right here is actually not really. But yeah, and it makes the third quarter look super awesome, right? Look at my third quarter earnings. Exactly. So that's why they could choose Pareto, but somehow that's okay, but that's not. Welcome to statistics. So, very good. Good discussion. Let's do another one. So these are two separate questions. So let's just talk about the first one, this pie chart. It just says, why is this misleading? Open-ended question. What do you think? Okay, we want to start there? 2 different barrel sizes. I'm going to write that down. 2 barrel sizes. Is there something else, or maybe a more elaboration? Pick which one. Here, let's do the oil links. Is that what you're thinking too? It's kind of weird, isn't it? But notice it is a little taller, isn't it? What's going on is that, yeah, they're saying, look, it's a little bit taller. And so we got to make it like look super wide. Like, for what reason, you know? If you were to do it appropriate, like, you know, correct, then you would just do 2 separate bars. It's okay to do that, you know, that's normal. So yes, I would say the two different widths make no sense, right? Oops, sorry. Makes no sense. Why then is this misleading? Open-ended. We got first, second, third, fourth. I guess they went that way instead. Okay. It's in an angle. There it is. Why are we doing something so fancy? If you go to Excel, they got like the 3D pie chart option because it's so cool. Back from the 90s. Nobody cares anymore. And exactly right. It makes it look really crazy big. Like if you just like human eyes for a second here, right? We're just looking at colors. That's the amount of surface yellow that you're seeing. And compare that with the surface blue that you're seeing. Does that make sense? Like it just there's so much more surface that your yellow is surfacing, I guess. I don't know. Exactly right. And yet they're the same number, right? They're the same number. So it makes your third quarter look awesome when really it was the same as the second. Good? So yeah, how would you do this better? Make it 2D. Exactly. So you get a 2D pie chart and you do it right the first time. You know, something like that. I don't know. You get the idea. 2D version. Cool? Silly statistics. And yeah, that was it. That was it right there. So can we take like a ultra small mini break while I go run and grab some cool things to show? Like do a show and tell? Really cool discussion. Okay, so we'll be right back. Y'all discuss with now we actually got to do some more math. So back to what we're doing. Measures of central tendency. So we're going to talk about mean, median, mode. This is the real math. Like we're actually going to be finding math stuff here, okay? So there's a difference between population mean and sample mean, but the math behind it is not any different, okay? We know the difference between population and sample, right? What's population? Give me some definitions. Full area, each, every, all, right? Everybody. Sample would be a part of it, exactly, just a small part. To find the average, though, the formula is the same thing. And I know that looks kind of crazy, but that little sigma thing, that little sigma looking thing, it just means add it up. Add it up. We're just adding a lot of stuff, and you need to divide by the n, the, like, I guess, total of what you've been finding, okay? So the math is the same. We will have a difference, though, later. We'll be comparing them in other chapters. And so they're just saying, hey, find the mean. Find the average height from all this right here. So what am I going to do with all these numbers? Add them all up and then divide by, yep, the amount of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 numbers. Okay, so here we go. Calculators. Will you have to do it manually like what I'm doing right here? Ever? Probably not. I'll show you GeoGebra here pretty soon. Look, I can't even type these in. That's so bad. 77, 80, 85. Keep going. 78, 80, 83, 75, 81. Oops. Sorry. Thank you. And then finally, 73, all divided by 15. Woo! So you add them all up, and you divide by the 15, and I got 79.5333 as my average height. I'm going to ask you, does that make sense? Does this look like it would be the average height? Okay. If it looks about right, then it's probably fine. And I don't know if I mentioned this the last time or not, but I was doing another thing for my boss 2 days ago, and I found 68 people graduated with a math degree last year. 68 people graduated with a math degree here. What? That does not happen. And so I looked, and it was just a whole lot of duplicates in my data. It was like 4. So the bigger point, you have to look at it and say, does that make sense? Okay, yeah, I think so. And we can move on. Good? Okay, good. So we add them all up, divide by whatever. Weighted mean, again, this looks a little bit crazy, but what we're going to do is first off multiply some numbers together, and then we divide by the total weight, okay? So it looks kind of weird here, but when I start doing the math, it'll make more sense. So is everyone okay with just the normal, take the average, add them all up, divide by number? So that's what I'm going to do here too, but it's going to be a little bit more elaborate. So here we go. You're taking a class in which the grade is determined from 5 sources: tests, midterm, final, lab, homework. Pretty similar to what we got, right? Homework, quizzes, chapter applications, exams. Yes? So how can we compute our grade in the class? What do I do to find your grade in the class at the end of this course, right? I do this. So here we go. I got 50% from your tests, 15 from the midterm, 20 from this. Okay, cool. These are the scores you made, though. So, like, you actually went and did computer lab and you got a 98 on it. But just because you got a 98 there doesn't mean you make a 98 for the whole class, right? Because that's only 10% of your grade. Make sense? So let's put it all down. I'm going to say score, and then I have a weight. I'm going to do weight, but it's the same as percentage in this case. I'm going to say weight. So we got score and weight. I want to just like list it all out. So from my test, I have an 86 and a weight right here. Do you see it? 50%. I'm going to just write up 50%. Okay, so that's for my test. The next one was midterm. I made a 96 in my midterm. What was the weight? What's the weight of midterm? 15. Okay, cool. Final. My score on the final was a 98. Well, what was the percentage? 20. Okay, good, good. What's the next one? Lab. I made a 98 on the lab. Percentages 10. Still have barely enough room. And then we have homework. And that's a 100. Oh, yeah. But it was only worth 5%. Oh. So far, so good. What we need to do is multiply these. And so I'm going to have a third column. I'm going to call it product. That's the cool word for multiply, by the way. All I'm going to do is multiply, very simple. And I'm going to use a different color so I don't like bleed all over the place with this stuff. I think blue would be fine. So I want 86 times the 50 is equal to something, but not just 50, right? It's 50%. What would that be in decimal land? Exactly. Okay, clear. All right, here we go. So 86 times the 0.5. And I'm going to keep doing this all the way down. 96 times 0.15. What you're seeing here is kind of like points, but kind of not at the same time. What you're seeing, like this blue column now, is kind of like it doesn't tell you anything really. There's not much like behind the scenes. Like, what does it mean for me to have a 43 on test? It doesn't really mean anything, really. There's nothing to say there that's meaningless, if that makes sense at all. 5. Okay, so we got all these product values. I just simply multiplied and got a number. Okie dokie. What I want to do now is add it all up. That's what this is over here. See, add it all up. That's that little sigma thingy. Add it all up. So I'm going to add it all up. I'm going to add these up right here. I'm going to do like double line for total. And let's add it all up. I got 50, 43, 14, 19.6, 9.8, 5. Is that a 5? Did I do 5? I think I did a 5. Yeah. Here we go. 91.8. That's what I got in the end. 91.8. Give me a letter grade. A. There you go. Exactly. Cool. So that's what we're doing. Now I'm supposed to divide by the total, the added up of the weights. But what would be your total percentage here? 100%, right? So if you take all these and divide it, you take the 91, divide it by 100, you get your 91% basically again, right? So it's already kind of telling you what that is. 91, that's what we got. We're good to go. Cool, right? Is this how I compute your grades? No, what do I do? Excel, yeah. I use Excel. Yeah, that's exactly right. So true. Yep. Okay. So we're going to see this more, but for right now, we're cruising on. Mode means most, like most frequent. Most frequent thing that we have, or I say frequency, just most frequent is what it is. The most frequent value. And we already saw bimodal means that there's two modes, two mosts, just in case it happens. Okay, so looking up here, blah, 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 political, blah, 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 blah. It says, what's the mode? What's the most? Yeah, it's this right here, because it's the most. That's all it is. We're looking at the most. Cool? Very simple. There it is, the most. All right, that was it. Cool. Next topic. I mean, I don't know what else to say there. Yay. Okay. Median is the middle value. Did I ever talk to y'all about the average income of America versus like median income of America? Did I ever say that? Let's go to Wikipedia. Is that okay? Wikipedia is always right, so we're good. So Wikipedia, and I'm going to do income of United States. Oh my gosh. It's such a. Anyways. Okay, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it here. Right there. Right there. Right there. I don't have to go very far. The big point here, they go and talk about all the stuff and yada yada yada. But why is it that they say the median? Why didn't they say the mean? Why didn't they say the average? We always think average, right? The average American, blah blah blah. But no, they say median. Why? It's because that skewedness again. Can I show you real quick? I'm going to go back to the workbook for a second here. If you go back to the workbook, way back up here with the skewed stuff that we had right here, and I'm going to just go skewed right for a little bit. I always said that the median was like leaning towards the tail. Yes. So here in America, we have a whole bunch of people like us, okay? And then we have Bill Gates. And so Bill Gates skews the rest of everything because he has so much money, okay? So if I were to say the mean, the average, I actually would not get us. I would get somewhere over here. So that's all of a sudden the average right now. So does the average American make $300,000 every year, $400,000? No way. That's not the average. Or well, it is the average technically. Technically it is, but it's not correct. Something's wrong here. And so we have to use the median to understand exactly where we are. Does it make sense? So that's what they're going with, and that's why Wikipedia, they're like very clear. They're saying median. Bam. They don't say average. They say median because that's the one that makes more sense to us, like holistically. Cool. Okay, cool. Um, so back to what we were doing. Median. So that's why it's important to know the median, is for situations like that. So they have this thing here. To find it, you have to put them in all in order. So put it in order, and if there's an even number, you have to take the number in between the two. Okay, kind of like we're doing the what was it called when it's right in the middle? The midpoint, right? We're doing the midpoint thing. So it says find the median. Okay, so I'm going to first off put this in order. I got a 388, 397, another 397, a 427, a 782, 872. It's like they're using numbers just to play with me because of like dyslexia, 7887. Oh my gosh. It's okay. We got this. So they say find the middle value. Yeah. Now, if it were like actually just a single number, I would just say that's the number. But I have to now take the average. So how do I take the average of these guys? There it is. Add them up, divide by 2. Exactly. Oops. Let's do that. 27, 2. There you go. Oh, I messed up again. 412. Cool. Awesome. Looking at this right here, I mean, minusing the fact that we got a whole lot of 300s and then all of a sudden 800 out of nowhere, right? You can see the skewedness all of a sudden. I'm wondering, does the 400 make sense? Again, no, not for the average, but for a middle value, I could see 400 being in there. Would it be more appropriate seeing that like 300, 300, 300, 400, 7, 8, right? So when I get the medium of about 400, that's a little bit better. Yes? Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, let's do it again. Same thing. Oh man, there's so many sixes. How many sixes are there? 6 sixes? That's scaring me, bro. 7, 7, 7, an 8, 9. Do I have it on the 9s? Now the 10s are kind of weird because I don't want to like, it looks like 1 0 1 0 kind of weirdness. I don't know. So let's just kind of count whatever we got there. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 over there and 6 on this side. What's in the middle? Right there, 7. So my median is 7. There it is. You got it. Straight up. And I don't have to do any kind of crazy math to get it. Cool. Okay, cool. Okay. Find the mean, median, mode of all these guys up here. Whoa. Typing speeds and stuff. All right. How do I find the mean? Add them all up, divide by what? What would I divide by? How many do I have? 10 of them? Okay, I'm going to be up here for a little bit. How about y'all find the median while I do this? Divide and conquer. Right, you said there was 10? Let me squeeze this in a bit. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool, okay. So they're wanting all three. So the mean, I found this guy. The median, say it again. 170, I'll take it. What's the mode? What's the most frequent? Do we have any like duplicates up there? 150? Oh, 130? There's a 130 duplicate right there? I think so. I'm going to verify on the 170. I'm going to put this all in order, right? So we got the 130. We got a 130. I got a 138. Let me just start doing this here. 145. 165. 175. 185. I don't think I need so much Desmos anymore. 185. 200. 220, and then 225. I think that's it. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're looking right here in the middle. Yeah, it's 170. Oh, look at that. Thank you. So yeah, 165 plus 175 divided by 2 is 170. Cool. So the mean and the median on a normally distributed typical set of data, they should be pretty close to the same thing, okay? But the mode, well, it could be anywhere. So obviously you can see the mode is like way off. Is that okay? Is this fun times in math class? We got more time? We got a couple more minutes. Yay! Don't look at the clock, no. I think we're really close to a stopping point. I don't think we can get through all this here. So let's keep going a little bit more. Comparing the mean, median, mode. So all three are the this and that's. Okay, more like yeah. Okay, cool. So notice here about the disadvantage of the mean. The outliers greatly affect it. So I was saying like all of us and Bill Gates, and so that totally skews everything. And yeah, although it's really reliable, there's some times where it's not appropriate. So there we go. Keep cruising. Find the mean, median, mode for the ages, and which would be the best, and are there any outliers? That kind of stuff. So, 65 is an outlier right there. So yes, what they're wanting on this particular problem is to find the mean, median, and mode, and then they're going to want to do it over again without the outlier. So I'm going to basically like just double check here. So this right here is with the outlier, and this is without the outlier. And they're testing us to see, is it going to be the same? Are you going to get different values? What does it look like? Okay, y'all find the means, and I'm going to, or the medians. I'm going to find the mean. How about that? So 20, 20, 20, 20. That's 4 of them. 5, 6, 21. You know what? They're almost the same. You know what? I'm going to do a little bit of cool math here. 20 times 6 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 21 times 4 plus 22 times 3. 23 times 4. And then we got 24 times 2, and then plus the 65. So how much total do we have here? 20 of them? Okay, let me pull this out a bit here. 6, 4, 3, 4, 2, and then the last one. Okay, so I have a mean of 23.75. Yeah. What was your median? 21.5. I love it. Okay. And then the mode, just a 20. Okay, now we need to take out the outlier. And so basically I'm removing it, and I'm going to see what we get now. So on my math, I just like literally just erase it there. Now my average is way different. I got 20.5. What's the median now? 21. And then the mode is still 20. So interesting here. I don't think they're caring so much about the mode. I don't think the mode's like important to them, honestly, because we already saw it's kind of weird. But the mean and median do change, right? My mean changed drastically from just one person being in or being out, okay? Rather, the median did not change much, did it? So, are they asking something else about it? Which would be the best? I don't know, actually. It depends on what we're doing with outliers, right? Is this okay? Okay. Cool. Oh, man. More added up. We already saw this. This is the weighted mean stuff again. And you know what? This is actually going to get to the point where we need to start using some GeoGebra. So how about this? We're going to be done with the math for right now, but I want to just like do a preview of GeoGebra for right now, just to kind of show you. Is that okay? 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. I just want to show and tell now. All right, lots of show and tell today. So geogebra.org. This is where we're going to be spending a lot of time on math. Okay, we're going to do this a bunch. Where we're going to want to go is classic and like spreadsheet stuff. I wonder if they have it available or I have to type it. Okay, I'm just going to type it, I think. We'll get down to like where we can click here later. So this is cool. I actually want to do the spreadsheet because that's where all our statistics stuff will be. I can get this out the way, and this is what we look at. Let's go back to what we were just doing a second ago. I want to have GeoGebra up on the side and my workbook right here. GeoGebra, you're right there. Okay, cool. I'm going to type these numbers in up here. Have y'all used Excel before? No, maybe? Meh. I heard a lot of meh. Was it like, yes, I have and I don't like it? I got to say that this is going to be better for you. It's not terribly better, but it is going to be a little better. Okay, so I typed in my numbers. I can confirm, right, there was 20 of them. And see how we got 20 right there? Okay, good. So if you click up here on this guy, and again, I'm going to rehearse you on all this later, okay? One variable analysis. So I highlighted all my stuff and I clicked that dude. And it gives me a lot of junk, honestly. But there's that summation X tab right here. And then it gives you all the numbers you ever wanted. Wasn't that the mean that I just had a second ago? Cool. You know, I feel like I'm going to have the wrong answer right here. Watch how I'm going to have it wrong in just a second. You'll see. Okay, cool. So we got the right numbers. They even do have a median. See, they even put the median in for us. Look at that. Pretty cool, right? So like, this does everything for us. This is what we should be using here on out. Yeah, all the time. Is that okay for you? Yeah. Okay, now, what I need to do to get the new numbers is I need to remove my 65, right? So I literally just go like this. I start over and do the same thing again. One variable analysis. Here we go. And we got a new mean and a new median. So you can see the median's definitely good. But my mean, it's off by a little bit. What did I do wrong? You see, this is wrong right here. What did I do wrong? Exactly right. If you go back here to, where's my Desmos? I still have it divided by 20. I needed it to be 19. And look how easy that small little mistake is. And so what, 21.57, whatever. Look how easy it is to make a small mistake. You know what's cool though? This does it for you. This does it for you, and you don't have to worry about those kind of mistakes. There's not a small mistake to be had because you just type it all in, you get an answer, right? That's what the goal is here, okay? On your homework, there's even components and pieces where they're going to have not just it here typed, like where you have to manually type it. There is some of that, but there's others where you can like copy it down, like click it, copy, and you paste it in here, and then you hit, and then you hit, and then you get the answer, like super fast. Okay, so that's what we're going to be seeing going forward. Okay, and there's a lot more to the tools, but like this is what we're going to use right now. Any questions? Is that a good show and tell? The future looks bright. Okay. See y'all later. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Have a good